right. Thank you guys very much for coming out to the Burbank Comedy Festival. Give us a round of applause. So important. We have two banners. All right. In front of you, you're going to find these raffle cards. Please fill these out whenever you see me on stage. You can start to fill them out right now, actually, because at the end of the show, we're going to be giving away amazing, awesome prizes. This could be like the Oprah show. There could be a Volvo under your chair as we speak. So fill out these cards. If anyone needs to use the restroom, they are right through that door under the exit sign. And if anybody wants to try stand-up comedy and you want like a safe, supportive environment to do it, we have a show called First Timer Funnies. Very fun, very supportive. No one throws pies at you or anything. Just circle First Timer Funnies on this card and we will put you in that show. Also, if you need to signal one of our delightful wait staff, please give them a round of applause, by the way, for serving you well. We have little flashlights on your caddy trays. Just turn those on and they will come and they will serve you delicious food and beverage. And last but not least, if anybody wants to go out on a date with me, you just write willing to settle on the bottom of the card. And I will take you for a ride in my Honda after the show. All right, perfect. Off to a rip-roaring start. Guys, I'm probably Jewish. You agree? I consider myself to be culturally Jewish, which basically means that even though I don't practice the religion of Judaism, I have this face. It's about what that is. Fun run-ins with people. I was temping, and the boss I was working for, within 15 minutes of meeting me, tells me how he, in his last job, he went undercover and fought neo-Nazi cops in a corrupt organization. And then he asked me, if given the chance, would I fight neo-Nazis? And I was like, is that a part of this job? I'm just here to file. But I'll tell you what, if you can get your hands on a neo-Nazi spreadsheet, I'll lock the fields for you. Here's the other thing. He went undercover. He was like a waspy-looking guy. I can't go undercover to fight neo-Nazis. No amount of plastic surgery is going to de-Hebrew this face. Culturally Jewish and originally from Colorado, and that's awful. It is. I mean, people are, because I say I'm from Colorado, and people are like, oh, you must do all these amazing things like mountain biking and snowboarding and spelunking, which is cliff. We're Jews. We don't do that. We don't care. We don't give a shit. It took us 40 years to get from Egypt to the Promised Land. That is a geographical distance of 250 miles. That is like taking 40 years to get from California to Upper California. We don't do the outdoors. We don't do it. I'm trying to have a goal. I'm trying to have a better relationship with my father. It is difficult because he is essentially a man's man, and I am essentially a lesbian. He took me to the baseball games, and once I asked him, hey, how many points do you think the team's going to score? And he's like, they're not points, Josh. They're runs. They're runs. So I look forward to the day where the tables are turned. And I'm like, it's not a nursing home, Dad. It's assisted living. It's assisted living. Then there's my mother, quintessential Jewish mother. She'll take whatever I'm worrying about and find a way to triple it. Recently, I was having the coitus with a girl, and that's the term, right? I don't have a lot of experience. I did not use protection. Now is the time to judge me. Very good. And I freaked out, and I called my mom. I'm freaking out. I'm calling my mom on the phone. The girl's still there. And my mom, and I say to my mom, what if I got her pregnant? And my mom was like, or what if her father comes to your apartment and shoots you in the face? Touché, mother. Thank you. Both my parents still in Colorado. No one on earth needs marijuana more than these two people, and they're not doing it. My mother said she tried marijuana once, it gave her a headache. My theory, that was just her brain reacting to finally feeling calm. Okay, you're getting to know me, I'm getting to know you. You can tell I'm not a threat, right? I'm not going to steal anyone's girl. At best, I am a metrosexual hobbit. So I'll reveal something about myself. I'm 33 years old, and I lost my virginity when I was 32 years old. It always gets the same reaction. A couple of applause, and everyone else going, that's a red flag. This girl, she saw me perform, she saw me talk about being a virgin, and she was interested. And what that teaches me is that when I am honest about who I am up here, I'll have sex once every 32 years. She sends me a text message. She says, "Are you really a virgin?" And I say, "Yes." And she says, "How far have you gotten?" And I respond, "What we are doing right now, this is as far." She says, "No, what's the most you've ever done?" And I said, "Well, I kissed a girl in a play once." And she said, "Well, how did that feel?" And I said, she had bad breath. And the girl said, "You're cute and funny, we should hang out." Now, what I want to point out to you is that entire text exchange worked. I read that book, The Game, you know, How to Pick Up Women. Yeah. Nowhere in that book did it say, talk to her like you're autistic. I had to buy condoms for this adventure. And I hate the process of buying condoms. I hate that the Magnum condoms are right there with all the other condoms. Just a giant eye of Sauron looking down, judging me. I always like to throw in the Eye of Sauron reference to see who are my brethren. I think the Magnum condoms should be behind the counter, so that when someone like this guy who actually needs them comes in, he should just be able to walk up to the guy behind the counter and look him in the eye, and the guy behind the counter doesn't even need to say anything. He just understands. And he just hands them the condoms, off they go. That's how it should work. I didn't have sex in college, and I was a theater major. Yeah, you've heard of the theater major parties. There's twice as much crying, twice as much sex, then the girls show up. There was this other guy, his name was Kyle. He got all the women. I was very jealous of Kyle. But I had a teacher who said, don't be jealous of Kyle, don't be jealous of Kyle. The women, they only want to have sex with Kyle, but they're going to want to marry you. I think they're going to want to marry me and continue to have sex with Kyle. All right, guys, this is truly a phenomenal show. We've got a lot of comedians on this lineup who some have come from all over the country, and they're really, really phenomenal. I'm really excited to be presenting this to you. So give a round of applause one more time.